So you have two cars driving in the opposite directions for 2 hours until they're 208 miles apart. One is driving at R miles per hour and the other is driving at 8 miles per hour faster. Let's represent this with a picture. Let's say one car is going left and the other car is going right. And let's say car A is going left and car B is going right. At a certain time, they are 208 miles apart. So let's denote that whole distance as 208 miles. At how long did it take to do it? Well, t is equal to 2 hours. Now, let's split up what we know about car A and car B. For car A, how fast is car A driving? Well, you know car A is driving exactly at what? Well, R miles per hour. Now, what can we say about car B? Not as much and not as explicitly, but what we can say is that car B is driving 8 miles per hour faster than the other car, right? Now, to tackle this problem, we need an important formula. Let's think about what this is. We have distance, speed, and time. So we should probably use the formula distance is equal to rate times time. You can check if this works because distance is miles, speed is in miles per hour, and time is in hours. So those units cancel out and you get miles is equal to miles. Now, let's think about this further. Then the distance of car A is the same thing as the speed of car A, right, times the time. Or in other words, the rate of car A times the time. But what do we know the rate of car A is? We know that's just the same as R miles per hour. And we know it's been going for how long? For 2 hours. So we can see that the units cancel out and we get 2R miles as the distance of car A. Now, what can we say about car B? It's a little bit less intuitive, but the distance of car B is essentially the same. It's the speed of car B times the time. The more confusing thing is, what's the speed of car B? Because the time really hasn't changed. But the speed of car B, let's say if car A was going 2 miles per hour, well then what can we say about the speed of car B? Then car B would be going at 10 miles per hour since it's going 8 miles per hour faster. So how can we express this? It's R plus 8 miles per hour. So in other words, the distance of car B is just the same thing as 2R plus 8 miles. Now, at the end of the day, we know that the distance of car A plus the distance of car B is 208 miles. But how can we write this more explicitly? We know that that's just the same thing as 2R miles from our car A distance plus R plus 8 miles from our distance of car B miles. If we simplify this, that's just 208 equal to 2R plus 2R plus 16. Which is the same thing as 192, or 208 is equal to 4R plus 16, which is the same thing as 192 is equal to 4R. Or in other words, R is equal to 192 over 4, which is, if we think about it, we do some mental math, we can realize that 192 over 4 is approximately, or I guess exactly, 48. Now 48, what? Is it miles? Is it miles per hour? Remember that R is the rate. So the units for R should be miles per hour because that is precisely what R denotes. So remember what the question is asking for now. We are asking for the speed of the faster car. Remember that the speed of the faster car is going to be A or B. Well, however A goes, B goes faster. So the speed of car B is what we're looking for. The speed of car B is our R plus 8, which is 48 plus 8, which is 56 miles per hour. So what did we just do? We found the speed of car B, which is the faster car, using our important formula, which we know is our distance is equal to rate times time. I hope this was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.